Hey, Chase here. I'm talking today. This will be brief. I'm doing another book review. I guess it's more of an author review than a book review. I would like to mention the author Eric Nylund. He's one of my favorites and has been moderately influential in my own writing. I love the way Eric Nylund writes spaceships and ship-to-ship combat in space. Eric Nylund, for those of you who don't know, I feel he's an underappreciated name and author. I know Eric from his writing of some of the Halo novels. I have a couple of paperbacks with his name on them. Namely, here on my shelf I have The Ghosts of Onyx and First Strike. It's also why I'm using Halo as some B-roll footage here in the background. And I love Eric Nylund's writing. I think it is fantastic. And another thing that I usually judge other science fiction writers by is their science. But obviously I can't apply that to Eric Nylund because he is restrained by the science of the Halo universe. And I would love to see something original written by Eric Nylund that does not happen in and is in no way relevant to the Halo universe. Not that I dislike Halo. I love Halo, I love his Halo books. I'm just curious what he would do, how his mind would work. But without pointing to a single specific book, every book I've ever read by him, I've loved and hold at a tier above the other authors that I have read in the Halo novels and the Halo expanded universe. I just adore the way he writes space combat, ship-to-ship combat. And there's been times I've referenced chapters or specific paragraphs, and I will reread them a couple times, before and after writing combat scenes in my own books, space combat with ships. I don't even have a specific reason why it's good. It just is. I like it. It feels better. I feel like he's got a little more, maybe he's specific enough. At least in my head, I can keep track of all the different ships he's talking about and really envision, the silent vacuum full of missiles and lasers and plasma and everything blowing up. And it's fantastic and I love it. And if you haven't read Eric Nylund's books, or anything written by Eric Nylund, I highly suggest it. Especially if you're not familiar with the Halo universe. Or if you are familiar with the Halo universe but haven't read the Halo books. For it is, in my opinion, a rich and brilliant universe full of lore. And I almost prefer the books and the lore and the story over the game. I don't like playing games for game's sake. I like compelling stories and interesting science. And I guess that's the same thing I get out of books. So, my video games are just visual books. If that makes any sense. Anyway, if you haven't heard of Eric Nylund, please look him up. If you have, which of his books have you read? Throw a comment down below. There will be a link in the description for my book, The Descendant, and hopefully as the subsequent sequels in the Descendant series roll out and the other spaceship combat begins, you can see what I'm talking about. Maybe if you have read Eric Nylund, you can see some of his influence in my writing once I get to show you this ship-to-ship combat. Anyway, like, subscribe, comment down below. It's been fantastic being here talking books and science fiction and video games with all of you guys, and I look forward to seeing you again in the future. I'm gonna keep, killing aliens because I'm not an alien. Party hardy, nerds.